I first met Rachel Jackson one morning in September. Her partner, Rhys, had called me. There was a problem with her bath. It sounded like a blocked pipe, maybe take me a couple of hours.
I'd been visiting Malcolm next door on a regular basis for a couple of years, ever since his wife died. It hit him hard when Helen passed on. It was about that time he started forgetting and getting mixed up. And of course his legs had been a problem for a long time. So I visit, mornings mostly, maybe do his shopping, prepare his lunch. It's a bit of company for him. He doesn't get many visitors, apart from his daughter who visits most Saturdays and takes him out for a few hours.
I was just opening my toolbox when I saw her. She was just standing there, watching. She looked pale, sad. I said, "Hello," but she didn't reply.
One day when I came back from the supermarket with Malcolm's weekly shop, Malcolm told me there's money in the usual place. He meant the bottom drawer in the kitchen. But when I went to the drawer, the box was empty.
I noticed the little girl had a bruise on her face. "Have you fallen?" I said. She didn't reply. She just rubbed her tummy. I smiled. Probably been told not to talk to strangers.
Malcolm seemed confused about there being no money in the drawer. I told him it's not a problem, we can sort the shopping money later. He said he'll ask his daughter to sort it on Saturday. She deals with my finances these days, he said.
She fell off a bike. Rhys, the girl's stepdad, I suppose, suddenly appeared. "Didn't you, Amelia?" The little girl looked scared and ran off.
One Saturday, I was weeding my front garden and I saw Malcolm's daughter going into the house. I noticed she'd got a new car. Flashy. Not long after, I heard the daughter shouting. She sounded angry and her voice was getting louder and louder. I heard something breaking, maybe a plate or a cup. Moments later, the daughter stormed out of the house. I tried to smile at her, but she got in her car and drove off. She looked furious.
When I'd finished the job, I went downstairs. Rachel and Rhys were in the sitting room. "All sorted," I say. "Nice to meet you both." And Amelia. They glanced at each other.
I thought about going to see Malcolm to check he was okay, but I didn't want it to look like I was being nosy or cause trouble. After all, as Malcolm frequently says, his daughter is about the only company he gets.
I was just leaving when I heard shouting coming from the house. The mum and the partner. Then crying. A slammed door. I thought about going back to the house, checking everything was okay. I turned. Rachel was at the window. She waved. I turned back. It's none of my business.
The next day, I was on my way around to Malcolm's house. There was a police car outside, and moments later an ambulance. I saw Malcolm being helped out of the house by a paramedic. I could clearly see bruises on his face.
A couple of weeks later, I was having breakfast. The local news headlines came on. I don't normally listen to the news and was just about to turn it off when I heard the headline, 9-year-old girl in critical condition after suffering years of physical abuse. The newsreader went on to say, 9-year-old Amelia Jackson is in critical condition with internal injuries. Her mum and stepfather have been charged.
The newspaper headline stated, "Local woman arrested on suspicion of financially abusing her elderly father." According to the report, she'd been physically and emotionally abusing Malcolm as well. Apparently it was the bank that had first raised questions about Malcolm's accounts. Suspicious activity, the newspaper said. I kept thinking maybe I should have said something, or told someone. The unopened post, the missing money in Malcolm's drawer, the shouting. But what if I'd got it wrong? Malcolm does get confused after all. I didn't want to get involved.
What could I have done? People like me just can't go around accusing parents of abuse.
It's not my place to accuse a 40-year-old woman of abusing her father, is it?
It was nothing to do with me.
Was it?